Good morning. I just want to make a quick video to apologize. I just watched the most recent video. Tony Hughes just released his second video discussing the situation with Leo. And I apologize to Tony Hughes himself if, he probably didn't see the first video. He probably won't see this one, but just in case, he did, I want to come back and apologize to the man if it in any way seemed like I was being disrespectful or making light of what happened with Leo. I absolutely wasn't intending to do that, because it's a shit show all the way around. In my opinion, we have completely different lifestyles, and that's fine. That's okay, man. The world's made up of different people. If everybody was the same, it'd be a pretty humdrum and dull world. My only issue, basically the generation for, even mentioning the whole subject was, this biohacking. First off, I don't believe in it. I think it's bullshit, because you got how many how many years of evolution and adaptation do you have into modern day human being? You think that this is one of the things we're so pompous as humans that we really think we control something down here. We run shit down here on this planet, and we haven't done a very good job down here. We haven't really been very productive or positive keepers of planet Earth, as it were. And we think everything is, that we're the center of everything, and that we have the right and the ability to bend, the ecology and the environment and everything else to our will, even fate, in so much as anybody believes in that, or destiny. And it's just very heliocentric type of view, I think. And this whole biohacking thing it just, to me, it seems you're not going to just come along and in a short span of a lifetime, how many years, a few decades, you're not going to come along and having the experience of being on this planet in a few decades, and just because you've read some books and shit, or some papers and some studies that you may or may not even be educated enough to actually competently interpret, or actually even be able to look at the way it was applied and the way that it was conducted, to be able to have any reasonable, educated, and intelligent skepticism or any other damn thing. You know what I mean? To be able to decide that you're going to be able to fine tune or improve or biohack your physiology or ourselves as an organism here. Everything that I see as a problem from as far as a quality of life issue, a longevity influencing issue, health issues, and as much as that relates to quality of life, which I think is pivotal, I think that all comes about by way of damage we've self-inflicted. So I don't think you're biohacking anything, really, even if you're successful. I think you're, at best, you're kind of coming at it from, or looking at it from the wrong angle, wrong perspective. Everything that's wrong that you might want to quote unquote biohack about our physiology or our humanity is damaged or infringed upon by our own activities here on this planet, by the things that we've done. We've created, the mess. We've created the self-harm, the damage, the pollution, the toxins, everything else. It's we've done this to ourselves. So we're not really biohacking anything, because we've fucked up the entire, ecology that we have to live within, and that we have to be subservient to, even though we think we're not subservient to anything. So it's all self-inflicted. So rather than biohacking, I believe I'm just trying to make up, I supplement various things, and I feel like I'm just making up trying to make up, trying to regain previously lost ground. That in a world where we haven't just been such poor custodians, in a world where we would have done the right thing and lived in harmony with everything that's already here, none of these things would even be an issue or a thought or a fart in the wind. Because we wouldn't have all these issues. That's what I believe. So I'm not, that's my opinion based on my experience in my lifetime, my observations. But, beyond that, to a personal tone, I don't intend to be disrespectful or to make light of what either, of these two men have been through, so recently. Leo lost his life. That's a sad thing. It just overall looks to me like a huge shit show. It just looks like, a cascading effect of poor choices. I think risky choices. I think, and it could be wrong. Like I said, opinions are a dime a dozen, man, a dime a dozen, and you can't go around living your life on other people's opinions. But I don't want Tony Hughes to feel, like I'm the kind of person that I'm trying to, poke fun or have a laugh at the expense of the loss of a life of anyone, or make light of what he's just been through and experienced and had to see, himself. I mean, I saw the video he just made, and he doesn't have to answer to anybody like that, but because right now he's the center of he's part of, the center of this whirlwind of speculation surrounding Leo's passing, which it's if he hadn't been just a guy, such a figure on YouTube and social media, it wouldn't even be a conversation. It would be just the acknowledgement, if you saw it in the news, of a loss of a life, which is going to have a negative impact on somebody somewhere, man. It's, never going to have, I don't see any positive, anything positive about the loss of a life. Yeah. So that's all I wanted to say, just to express my sincere condolences. And, it seems like a lot of people may be piling on the speculation train, and the truth's going to come out. I mean, the toxicology report and the autopsy, and whatever this young man was putting into his body or wasn't putting into his body, or whatever health issues he had. It's just that my motivation for making any video about it was just that when you present these kind of things and you call your channel and no disrespect to this individual, none at all. I respect that there was a loss of a human life cut short in what should have been his prime, so it's, hell, that's a life not even halfway lived yet. You don't know what this person would have accomplished or done, or what held, what was out there for him in his future. I have no idea. And that'll never be known, So it is a loss. It is a loss for him, for his family, and anything that faults or anything, we all have faults. We all have negative characteristics and problems that we deal with and try to work through. And in as much, he would have had more than half his life yet remaining, that, he would have had plenty of time to try to work through whatever his issues were, if he had any. So that's a story that, was cut short, and I don't see anything good about that. That's for sure. So I'm just coming at it from the observation that if you're going to put something out there for everybody to see on a worldwide format, on the internet, through social media, and this whole biohacking idea, the ultimate true test is, does it work? Did it work? The proof is always in the pudding. Did it work? It's like anything else. You know, you talk about hypertrophy and you train and you advocate diet and training methods and et cetera, et cetera. And if you actually follow those and you don't experience any hypertrophy, then, you know, and if you do, then it stands in testimony to um, the accuracy or the proficiency of the application of whatever it is that you're, you know, promoting. So when you come out and you know, this biohacking thing and you're on the bandwagon with all these different chemicals and all this kind of research crap and now your life is cut so short. That doesn't, you know, just like I said, that's not synonymous with longevity in my book. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, and somewhere along the way there were some poor life choices involved in that. And longevity here as a human organism on this planet, you know, has a lot to do with genetics that you can't necessarily control at all. Has a lot to do with fate, I believe, and just circumstance. But it also has a whole lot to do, and the majority of it has to do with the elections and decisions that you make and how you live. You know, and it doesn't have to be something you put in your body. It could just be your habits. It could be your surroundings. It could be the way you conduct your affairs. It could be a whole lot of stuff, But a life cut that short, that's not it's just it's an example to look at and to be sad for the person and the family and the relatives and all the connections, you know, that he's no longer amongst us. But I don't think that it's something you look at from a longevity standpoint and saying that that's a success. You know, you know, that's all I was saying. And I mean no disrespect about that, just a objective observation. And again, to Tony, you know, I apologize. You know, we're two different people. That's fine. But I apologize because, you know, the video seems sincere, and it doesn't have to be. It's not like I'm anybody that should matter that, you know, is influenced one way or another from something that you say. But I just want to say to you that I have nothing against you personally. Decisions you make are your decisions. We all stand or fall by our decisions, how we live our lives, and everybody's entitled to do that, to pursue their happiness and live their life. And I apologize to you if it seemed like I was making light of this traumatic and you know, regretful situation.